Okay, it's 6:30. It's time to call this meeting to order. I'm Pam Cotter, and just to give you a little heads up, it's like my first day of substituting, where I knew the curriculum and I get in there and I make a few mistakes along the way, and the kids laughed at me and they got their assignment and I got through it. So that's how I visualize tonight. This is my first one, so be kind. I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight. It looks like we do not have council member Diane is not here tonight, so we'd like to excuse her. I would like to ask also that all cell phones be turned to silent. If you need to take a call, please take it out in the hallway. Thank you. And I've asked Danny, where's Danny, to say our pledge for us tonight. Thank you, Danny. You are hiding.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Danny. So our first agenda item, let me get my paperwork here, is the approval of minutes. Are there any correction? Oh,
there is a correction, actually. Others in attendance. I don't know a Jenny Herekasi. So that's either Jill, who was there, or Terry, who was also there. So
where did you find that? Because I read that and I'm going.
It's another in attendance. So Jill and Terry Herekasi were both there.
Oh, okay.
But not Jenny. So.
Okay, was there any other comments or questions on the minutes to be approved? If none, and I have a motion and a second.
I move that we motion and correct the names on others in attendance move that we approve the minutes with the corrections for February 1st, 2022. There we go.
I second.
Thank you. Are you ready? Okay. Then all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Sorry. Aye.
Do we take a vote? Because thank you. Okay. Thank you. Any opposed? None? Thank you. Okay, we have no, hold on, let me get my paper here. There are no special recognitions at this time. We do have a special presentation from Mayor Brett Hales, the 2022 State of the City Address.
Thank you, Pam. I too, like Pam, am thinking like, what the heck? This is my first State of the City address, and I'm a little nervous. I don't know why I'm real nervous, but I'm a little nervous for that. Just I know that President Biden's doing his. I'm wondering if I'll have more views than him. I'm just curious. I don't know. I think I'm going to have 5, and he'll have a trillion. But anyway, so I'm excited to be here. Thank you, Council. And it's incredibly humbling to be delivering my first State of the City address. As I sat down to write this, along with my help from my aide, Tammy, who is so good at doing that, the first thing I thought that went through my head was, I'm going to show you a picture. I thought, how on earth am I doing this? To think that a few years back, I was not even walking. With my multiple sclerosis, had a setback, and I had to learn to re-walk. And I mean, really, it's when you live it, it doesn't seem as much. It just doesn't seem like that's a big deal. But when I look back at it, I think, what a miracle that I was able to. I used to be on a feeding tube and in a wheelchair, and to think that I'm able to walk and not just walk, but to be able to be presenting this to you today is very humbling for me. And it's just almost unreal for me to believe that I'm able to do that. But and interesting, when I look back on that, the miracle of modern medicine, modern things that allowed me to walk. There was a device that shocks my legs that would shock me to walk, and it would lift my. I couldn't lift my like heel to toe, and so this device, when I would touch my toe, it would shock it and lift my foot up, and it's just crazy to think that what we have available to us. Now that shock hurt real bad, but it was worth it because it was forcing me into walking again. So anyway, just kind of remarkable. And I give a lot of credit to my wife, Cindy, who's here today. We're going on 40 years this year, and not once has she ever, not once. Now that's hard to believe because I've complained a lot. She's never complained about this. Never. I mean, you might hear that and think, no, she's never complained, not once, which is what got me to where I am here today. So I give her a lot of credit and our family. I want to thank all who supported me and even those that didn't support me for my campaign. I have been working tirelessly, and I really have. I mean, we have, and what's cool about this is I said to Cindy the other day, I said, this is so awesome because a few years ago, never thought I'd have this opportunity. Never even, some people say they dream of things. This is not something I never dreamt of, and probably had nightmares of, but never dreamt of. But I looked at her, and it was the holiday, President's Day, and I said, I'm excited to go back to work tomorrow. And she looked at me, and I thought, oh, why did I say that? I can't even believe I said that. But I am, because it's so fun to be able to work with everyone. And so this is a wonderful opportunity for me. So I also want to thank my colleagues for the past decade on the City Council. Thank you. It's been a blast. I loved serving with you on the City Council. All the council members, Jennifer, Patty, Crystal, Jan Lopez, all those before that helped change my life. So it's been awesome for me. And I fully understand and respect the legislative and administrative roles. It seems a little odd sometimes to have moved to from the legislative side to the administrative side of things. But what's so amazing is we have so many wonderful employees and council members that, you know, when you think of back east, when I say back east, I'm talking in Washington, D.C., and I'm thinking like there's no question there's 3 separate branches, but it's so amazing to be a part of the City Council, our legal team, GL. In fact, I consider GL one of my great friends, and it's so amazing how it works because can you imagine our Congress and our House and the Senate and the Congress sharing the same attorney with the administration back east? There's no way. That can't happen. You can't have the same attorney. You can't have the same finance department, but we do. We share that, and that is a testament to show how well we get along. We really get along, and that was my biggest thing here as to run for mayor for this position, was to be able to bring us together as a council and department heads so that we didn't, of course we disagree on certain things. That's okay. It's okay to disagree, but it's okay to be kind when we disagree. That is such a wonderful thing, to be able to be kind when you disagree. It seems like that's a foreign thing nowadays, but I feel like for me, that's one of the most important things. And it's been a wonderful, Tammy and Kathy and Doug's out of town, but he'll be back. But it's been 2 months. Is that right? 2 months. Feels like 102 months. No, I'm kidding. It feels like it's not hardly been any time at all, but it's been 2 months. So what has the city done for you as citizens? Without boring you with details, I'll just highlight the ways the city has tried to make your life better. Your personal safety is always a top concern. The police department hired 12 new officers to help with the number of calls that grew by more than 25%. They still need a few more officers to be fully staffed, but they've been amazing how they've handled it. Our fire department calls also increased 10% from the previous year. But thankfully, the crews were ready, having logged more than 7,000 hours in training. Fire also supported the wildlife suppression efforts, traveling to 3 out-of-state fires for 49 days in the past year. And we are so good to do that. We're so good with all our departments, our power department, to be able to share our service with other cities and other states to help protect them. The city has also been focused on the things that you hopefully take for granted. For instance, keeping the lights on. You know, we don't think much about keeping the lights on, but when they go off, then we're all going like, what the heck's going on? And we all know what's going on over in Ukraine. This was a picture that our son, who was on a service mission for our church in 2014, believe it or not, 2014, he was there. And this picture was taken 8 years ago today. And to say that we were nervous, I can't even express. When as sad as he was when they closed down, he was in. This was taken in Kharkiv. I believe there was a building that was Freedom Square was blown today, and his apartment was right across the street from that. And that, when I think about our freedoms here and what we have, and sometimes we complain about certain things, and I think, my goodness, when I look at this picture, I'm reminded that we have it pretty good. We're pretty blessed, and we're not pretty blessed. We're way blessed, and we're lucky. Does it seem like life is unfair and all that? Yeah, it does. But we are a blessed nation. We are a blessed state. We're a blessed city. Murray City is a well-run city. It's amazing. The city has also been focused on the things that, I said that, or sorry. For instance, keeping the lights on. A storm blew through in July, causing multiple outages for 6,000 Murray customers for up to 8 hours. And that was in our area. Cindy, that was in our neighborhood. And it was amazing to watch the city come together. It was really, what was amazing is the residents were asking for a lot. They were doing a lot of them themselves. Were cutting down the trees. Neighbors were helping other neighbors that couldn't help each other. And Cindy and I went through, and with Councilman Cox at the time, we went through, and it was amazing what we found. And then the next day to see all the branches and everything, a tree was on a home, and then to see the city get together, and they just picked up all the debris, and it was amazing. Within a week, I think it was all picked up. Patty, you lived there, and you witnessed probably your own home and others. So it was just amazing to see the city in action, the residents in action, and then the city in action. Everyone from line workers to office personnel pitched in to help restore the power. Natural gas prices doubled during the summer, but power ran turbines almost continually to generate power, saving more than $1 million. You may not realize that more than 100 miles of sewer lines were cleaned, but you might know if such cleanings did not take place. Crews also replaced 1.5 miles of damaged sidewalk. More than 5,000 tripping hazards were removed, and 724 potholes were filled. So I know we have a lot more to go, but guess what? They're working their tails off on trying to get those fixed. During this current ongoing drought, we're very proud of our citizens of Murray. The residents, they reduced the water use by more than 130 million gallons. This was not a requirement, it was a request. 130 millions of gallons, which resulted in a $600,000 cost savings to the residents. Some of the other ways the city has tried to improve our lives, created an online container reservation system for 20-yard and 30-yard trailers and green waste containers, referred hundreds of critically ill or aging customers to various assistance programs like HEAT or CAP for the help of paying utility bills, provided drive-up window services at the library during COVID for convenience and efficient curbside service, created a book bike in the park to provide an easy means of checking out and returning books, replaced 5 pavilions. Kim, where are you? Do we just have 5 pavilions in Murray Park? We replaced all of them, and they're beautiful. If you haven't seen them, they are so beautiful, and they're going to last a long time, but we replaced every one in the park. increasing capacity and improving the experience for all our residents and all patrons. There were also other efforts that are underway to make the city even better. The old Murray Theater. That was something I thought would never happen, and all of a sudden we're seeing it renovated. And with the help of Salt Lake County, that gave us about $3.6 million. We had to match that. It was taken away during COVID and then returned. And then the state legislators have been working hard to assist us in that, to restore it and renovate it. The Murray Mansion is getting a facelift to include a new elevator and restroom. The city received a clean audit report, which ensures that federal funds were spent correctly. Construction of the new city hall is moving along with completion set for March 2023. So a year from now, we will be in our new city hall. And I'm not kidding you, the leaks that have gone on in this building, we have a basement, a cellar. How many in here have been in that cellar? Look at on the back row. I'm not kidding you. I started to go once and I said, no, thank you. I said, I'm not going to go. I'm a little claustrophobic. And I thought, oh, yeah. Look at everyone smiling back there. This is going to be great. Anyway, what would the state of the city report be if it did not include some interesting tidbits of information? The Murray Parkway Trail saw a record-breaking over 276,000 people in 2021. There was an 11% decrease in the number of customer service calls to our finance department, but there were still more than 32,000 calls. For decades, I'm talking about the basement here, the city hall has collected old documents and supplies. Now, after more than 300 round trips, oh my goodness, to the basement, the extra items have been removed. Much of it is sold as surplus, garnering over $8,000. Public information included 195 public notices, 45 public hearings, and monthly e-newsletters. Finally, I just want to again thank everyone who participated in the general election. 3 municipal races, so there obviously was the mayoral race, and then we had 2 other races. Congratulations to Pam Cotter. She's conducting tonight. She's like a pro. She thinks she's not, but I've watched her in action. She's done great. District 2, Pam, and then Diane Turner, who's not here tonight, but I think she's watching, who won her reelection. And then in District 4, and then to replace me, which he's done it, that's going to be a simple thing for Gary to have done. Gary Herekasi? How did I say that? Thanks. GL, he tried to say that about a few weeks ago, and he's really good. GL's so good at that. So when he said it wrong, oh, I was so happy. I'm sorry, GL. Like I said, it is, anyway. All of us, anyway, so congratulations. Welcome, Gary. All of us and those who are already serving will work hard to represent you in the city well in 2022 and beyond. I just want to say one more time before I say a little bit of a closing here is just thanks to the council. You guys are amazing. I loved working with you. And it's so awesome that I have a habit of still coming in, and Jennifer, I hope you still let me do it, coming through the council. I want to come in and say hi when I'm going by. I don't like walking around. I want to come through and visit you. I love it. It's absolutely a blast to do that. So thank you for allowing me to do that. And then again, Tammy, who is Tammy, what is it called? I am horrible at that. CPC, Chief Communication Officer. I always say public relations. That's old. That's an old man saying that. You don't say that anymore. Anyway, she's amazing. She came to us from a lot of work with the state, and then a few years ago, KSL, Tammy Kikuchi from KSL. I always remembered that name, and then when I ran into her, I thought, is this the Tammy Kikuchi from KSL? And we hit it off, and we've had a blast. Tammy and I got to go to the Murray game yesterday and support them. Murray High School men's basketball. It was a blast. They won. Seems like I'm bad luck sometimes, but they were losing when we got there, and they end up winning. So I'll take credit for that. And Doug is amazing. Doug, I kept on. He was with the previous administration, Doug Hill, and he's priceless. I mean, he's amazing. And Kathy, our administrative assistant, is just amazing setting our appointments up. And then again, I I'll speak personally. GL, I love working with you because GL is a good friend, but he's not afraid to say to me or any of us, like, I'm being nice when I'm saying this. When I say, he says, hey, we really shouldn't do that. He sometimes will say, no way. I'm keeping you out of hot water. So anyway, GL's been a major blessing. I can go to him anytime I want to get advice, and he freely gives it to me. I can call him on the phone anytime. It's amazing. So thank you. And thank you to our department heads. You guys, men and women, are amazing. It's fun to work with you. We have department head meeting at 9:00 on Tuesdays, and it's fun. We just make it really fun. We're all in this together, and I know the least of everyone. So thank you for letting me be a part of that. And all employees, your employees that are here today, thank you. And if you're here or not, thank you. We have the best employees. We do. We have the best employees. Murray City is a wonderful place to live. Sometimes in council meetings, we'll see things and you're thinking like, oh, what is that? Yet it's usually only a few people, and they're great concerns. This is not a negative thing that's happening. It's great things to bring to our attention, but it's not a lot. And we are a lucky and a blessed city. So I feel it a privilege to be a part of Murray City. I have an open door policy. I always will. You might not be able to get me for 3 months because of my schedule. I'm kidding, but it is, we're going night and day. We're here from morning we'll be here till 8 or 9 tonight. But I love it. I absolutely love doing it. But the open door policy is not just for citizens, it's for employees. Know that. I would love to have you come up, and I love that you do. There's a young man who works for Jeff Martin in facilities. I think it's Braden. Is it Braden? No, not Aaron. Braden. Yeah, he's just new. He's just started here. He's a young man, and he's going to Slick. And what I love about him most is he had no idea that I was the mayor. No idea. He said, "No, what's your name?" And I said, "Brett." So now he comes into the office and he does some little cleaning, and he says, "How you doing, Brett?" I love that. There's nothing greater to me that this young man will call me Brett. I think it's awesome that he's willing to do that, and that there's no guile in him. He's just a simple young man, and yet he's a great worker. He's fun to have around, like every one of us, every one of you. If you ever, I'm just going to give this information out. Contact us at mayor@murray.utah.gov, or call Kathy, our administrative assistant, 801-264-2600, 801-264-2600. I sound like I'm a disc jockey, don't I? Anyway, I just want you to know that I love being here, and Murray is in good shape, and we're a lucky, blessed community. Thank you.
Mayor, do you have any family here that you would like to introduce? Okay, go right ahead.
Yes. We have 5 kids, all have married, they all have partners. There's 11 grandkids, one on the way. Nobody's here but Cindy. But anyway, that's okay. She announced that I was going to do this today, and I said, "Cindy, don't do that to our kids." I said, just let them do their thing. And so I don't know if they're watching, but Cindy, come up here for a minute. Just for one second. I know she didn't let me do this, but come up just for a second. Give her a hand. I am the luckiest guy to have her by my side, and she's going to be going part-time and helping me out a little bit more here. But
Tell my age.
her age, I would never tell you age because I'm within a year or two of you, so we keep that private. Anyway, thank you again, and I love you, Cindy. Thanks. Thanks.
Thank you, Mayor. Does the council have anything that they have for the mayor?
I'm excited. I'm excited how many more potholes we can fix.
Thank you, Mayor. Okay, we are now going to be going on to citizens' comments. This is how it will be held. The speaker has up to 3 minutes to make their comments unless given prior approval for additional time or 5 minutes of speaking for a group. Please step to the microphone, state your name and city of residence. Make sure you fill out a form from our council director, Jennifer Kennedy, right here. This is not the time for speakers who would like to address a public hearing. Public comments for public hearings will be given during the public hearing presentation.
Really quickly, if they could also point out their district if they are Murray residents, that would be helpful, if that's okay.
Got it working. There we go. How's that? All right. My name is Lawrence Horman. I've addressed the council before. As far as my place of residence, that just happens to be where I'm standing most of the time. That being because I am among the counties and cities, many homeless residents, or I'm considered homeless. As far as what district, since I have no residence, I'm sorry, but although I consider myself in Diane Turner's area as far as what my vote goes to. Anyhow, I wanted to speak today. I was at County Council earlier today, and there was a presentation made by the leader of the homeless Salt Lake Valley Coalition to End Homelessness. And it was about the subject in particular, dealing with helping out medically vulnerable people, housing for medically vulnerable people. And I won't give you their presentation. I wasn't actually in the room for it. I have a packet that they gave to me. I am, as heavily as I can be, involved with the coalition. I am a voting member on a couple of different committees. Specifically, they have a solution that they presented. It's what I talked about the last time that I was here. And I'm just going to read you this one page to give you the general concept of it. The way they present it here pretty much sums it up on this page. It's one solution, medical vulnerable people housing. Description, a non-congregate, as in housing for individuals, not resource centers or shelters, where everybody's crowded in the same room. That for people who are sick, who have medical conditions, this is the worst way to handle it is in a crowded space. A non-congregate facility to be acquired to help improve the housing and health outcomes of aging and medically complex homeless individuals. A facility to also include flexible space to meet seasonal overflows of the community. Considerations, it provides housing for aging and medically vulnerable individuals, flexible to meet evolving housing overflow needs of the community. It's suggested further back on a different page that such a facility would be able to handle, or collective group of facilities would be able to handle at least 200 or more individuals as needed. And it is my personal opinion that emergency overflow should be capable of handling at least 1,000 people, potentially. I imagine that the roughly 200 people that they list here in this packet is about what would be average, but I can see it going up to as many as 1,000 people under the right circumstances in this valley. My point in getting up to speak with you or in front of you today is to encourage you to help out with this. Get in touch with the county and other cities, if I may take just a moment more, and help them out financially. Encourage helping them find facilities, helping them find the finances to fund it, providing whatever can be provided, and encourage the city, the citizenship in general, to do this. Present a better face for what and who the homeless are, not just drug addicts and mentally ill people wandering the streets aimlessly, and help us to get in a situation, because if we can do this, we can help get people off the streets and onto their own 2 feet where they need little or no help. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. And we have Councilman Dominguez that needs to make
I just have a public comment that came to me through email, and they couldn't be here, so I'm going to go ahead and just read it. I don't have much time, but I just wanted to quickly mention something to you that goes to heart of the difficulties the citizens have with city government. I hope we can talk more and brainstorm on how we can collectively work together. The city keeps doing the same thing over and over, not understanding that they are not connecting with citizens. The design guidelines on the agenda today are just this kind of thing. Instead of starting by talking with citizens and figuring out what citizens would like, the staff develops a huge package and then brings it to the Planning Commission and the City Council in so-called public hearing. This is a huge part of getting a good downtown, and yet the staff does things without citizens. The project is just far down the road, and that citizens cannot or can't do anything about it. As we keep learning over and over, the Planning Commission and the City Council just give you good interaction with the public. This way of doing things is what people hate about the city. The open house in the fall was a good start at doing things differently. The main problem was that it was so late in the process. I don't know how we get everyone to see this more clearly. The city has been so cut off from its citizens for so long. We just need things to be presented to the citizens so that they get their views and ideas and participation. These are just some rough thoughts. I hope we can talk about it later. I think there's a lot we can do, and maybe we can help each other understand that if we want citizens to be involved, we have to work at it. Thanks for what you do. And from Brett in District 3. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there any other comments? Hey, thank you for your comments this evening. We will now go on to the consent agenda. We have 2 items on the consent agenda tonight. I will read both of them. And then Mayor, would you like to introduce these appointees or make any other comments? Okay, the first one is to consider confirmation of the mayor's reappointment of Max Derrick to the Senior Recreation Center Advisory Board. And then the second one is to consider confirmation of the mayor's appointment of Ronald Lindgren to the Senior Recreation Center Advisory Board. Mayor?
Would you guys please stand? Thank you for being here. Okay. All right. We sure appreciate it. Today, were you over there today for our, what's over there? How come I get Mardi Gras? What a great thing. And we sure appreciate your service. I'm telling you, our Senior Rec Center is amazing, and our volunteers are, thank you. It really was, wasn't it? It was crowded. So thank you so much. And, we're grateful that you're willing to continue to serve. So thank you. Okay. We'll turn that back over to you. Thanks, Pam.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Hey, does anyone on the council object to taking all items together? Okay, I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I
Yes.
will.
You wanna-
Sorry, go ahead. No,
Oh,
go
I
ahead.
thought you
Gary.
nodded at me. I move that we approve the confirmation of the mayor's reappointment of Max Derrick to the Senior Recreation Center Advisory Board, and that we confirm the mayor's appointment of Ronald Lilligren to the Senior Recreation Center Advisory Board.
I will second.
Brooke? Oh, you're not Brooke. Laura. I knew you were Laura. That's my daughter's name.
Aye.
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 Aye. Okay, thank you. Now we're on to public hearings. We have 2 public hearings. I will read both of them. Is that okay? Just one at one? Okay. Okay. Consider a resolution appointing Laverne A. Snow to the South Salt Lake Valley Mosquito Abatement District Board, and Ms. Councilmember Martinez will be presenting.
Thank you. So this appointment was posted for 30 days publicly, and there was only one application. That applicant was Laverne Snow, and she's previously served on the board. We will be getting a presentation from her about what the program looks like, what that does for our city, in an upcoming committee of the whole meeting, so we can look forward to that. But today I'm asking for your support in approving her to serve another term.
Thank you.
And it is a public hearing.
So this is a public hearing. Those wishing to comment on this matter under consideration this evening are asked to complete the public hearing comment form. Please hand that form to Jennifer. If you do not wish to speak to the matter but would like to enter a written comment into the record, please complete the form entertaining your comments and indicate that you do not wish to speak. No one's here to speak. Okay.
Close the public hearing.
Okay, we're now going to close the public hearing. Does any of the members of the council wish to ask questions or anything? Nothing? Okay. So the public comment portion of this hearing is closed. I will now close the public hearing and I will take a motion on the resolution.
I will move that we adopt a resolution appointing Laverne A. Snow to the South Salt Lake Valley Mosquito Abatement for District Board.
Nice second.
Okay, we have Councilmember Dominguez has moved and Councilmember Harakasi has seconded to approve the resolution appointing LeVar A. Snow to the South Valley Mosquito Abatement District Board.
Let me ask for the roll.
Oh, no, and roll call, Laura, please. Thank you.
Aye.
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 Aye. So this resolution has passed. We are now on to our next public hearing, item number 2. This is considered an ordinance amending section 12.28.030 and 12.28.040 of the Murray City Municipal Code related to golf course fees. Mr. Kim Sorensen will be presenting tonight. Welcome.
Thank you, Councilman Cotter and Council and Mayor. So you probably remember a couple of weeks ago we discussed the golf course fees. And just to recap the discussion from a few weeks ago, we are raising some of our golf fees, and they will be raised to about average of courses like ours, if not average, maybe a little bit below average. We expect that to change because other courses are raising their fees as we're raising ours. So by the summertime, we'll be probably a little bit below average. So, any questions?
I don't.
Okay.
No, thank you. I guess what I'll reiterate is that we're just matching what other golf courses that are comparative
Yeah,
to ours.
it's been the policy of Murray City with the golf course to be at average or below, not above average. And we feel our course is better than average, but it works.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. Okay. So now we're on to the public comment. Is anyone here to make a comment? Hey, looks like there is nobody. So, oh, I need to close the public hearing. We need to close the public hearing. Does the council have anything to add? Okay, then I will now entertain a motion on the ordinance of amending section 12.28.030 and 12.28.040 of the Murray City Municipal Code related to the golf course fee. Do I have a motion?
I motion that we approve the ordinance amending sections 12.28.030 and 12.28.040 of the Murray City Municipal Code related to golf course fees.
I'll second.
Okay, it looks like we have Councilmember Harakasi has moved and Councilmember Martinez has second to approve of the ordinance amending section 12.28.030 and 12.28.040 of the Murray City Municipal Code related to golf course fees. Is there any discussion?
No, it's just a
No.
roll call, right?
Okay, so Laura, roll call. Thank you.
Aye.
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 Aye. Thank you. Okay, so it looks like we're on to business items. First one is consider a resolution approving the mayor's appointment of Jennifer Stout as the city treasurer. Mayor Hales will be presenting.
My goodness, you've seen enough of me. Come on up, Jennifer. This is a privilege of mine. She's awesome. She's absolutely awesome. Got family here. They made me do so. Yeah, I know. She's not shy. Do you know that? Mom and dad, and I'm over here going like, she's awesome. Brenda had recommended her and Emily, and it was pretty simple. And had the opportunity to meet with Jennifer, and she qualifies, and we're very excited for her to be. Poor Kim Sorensen, he's the Parks and Rec director. They've all heard, look at him laughing, because he just gets the great employees, and then he says, "I'm training them for finance." He says, "That's what I do. I train them for the finance department." Well, he was right. So anyway, Jennifer has been a great asset. She worked over at the Park Center and with Kim, and now she's with your confirmation. She's going to be a part of over here at City Hall as our treasurer. So I'm going to let her say something, but I'm going to let you guys go ahead and make that motion.
I will move to make a motion to accept a resolution approving the Mayor Hale's appointment to Jennifer Stout as the city treasurer.
I'll second.
Laura, will you call for a vote? Thank you.
Aye.
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 Okay, can we have her say something?
Oh,
All right, come on. I know, Jennifer. Look, Jennifer, I'm going to make you say it. I'm paying you back for a few things, but anyway, come on up. But we're excited. That's how simple it was. They all knew that you'd be great, and they saw your application and resume, and you are very well qualified. So we're grateful to have you on board. But come on and say whatever you want to say, and I'll leave it up to you.
Short and sweet. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. I've worked at Murray for a year now, and it has truly been the highlight of my career. So I'm just very excited for this next chapter. So thank you for this opportunity.
And thank you.
Oh, my parents, Kathy and Doug Stout, they actually live in Murray. My entire life, they've been here in District 2. And then my boyfriend, Travis, here for support.
That's my neighborhood. Well, I just remembered the name, but I'm just like going, I better not say anything because I don't want to look stupid. But
And now you know. So thank you guys very much.
Thank you. Okay. We will go on to number 2. It's consider a resolution. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. We need to okay you. That's right. We have to swear you in.
GL nicely said, "Would you like to swear her in?" I said, "Oh, that's a great idea."
I state your name. Having been appointed to the office of Murray City Treasurer, do solemnly swear that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this state, and perform the duties of my office with fidelity.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we are on number 2. You can leave or stay.
Yeah, go celebrate. Enjoy yourselves.
Do you want to go to dinner? Oh,
Oh, wait. Brett's wanting you to leave.
so now I can do number 2. We don't have to take a vote, correct? We already did that? Okay. So now we're on to number 2. Consider a resolution approving a public entity resolution authorizing certain employees to access and transact with City Public Treasury's Investment Fund, PTIF accounts. Emily Barton will be presenting. Welcome, Emily.
Thank you, Councilmember Cotter. Just because I've never been before any of you before, I'm Emily Barton, and I work under Brenda Moore as the controller for the city. So thank you for letting me be here tonight. Murray City invests a majority of our cash in the state's treasurer's public investment fund, also known as the PTIF. When changes need to be made as to who within the city can deposit or withdraw money, the state treasurer's office requires that these changes be made through a resolution approved by the city council. With the new treasurer being appointed, the change being requested tonight is to remove Wendell Coombs and add Jennifer Stout to the resolution. I'm happy to answer any questions if there are any.
I don't have any.
Thank you.
Thank you, Emily, for coming. Thank you.
And we do have to take a vote, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I will move to motion. I motion to adopt a resolution approving public entity resolution authorizing certain employees to access and transact with City Public Treasurer's Investment Fund, PTIF accounts.
I'll second.
Laura, will you take a vote for us? Thank you.
Aye.
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 Aye. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now you can go eat. Thank you, guys. Cuties. Okay, we will go on to our third one. Consider a ordinance amending Chapter 2.68 of the Murray City Municipal Code relating to the Murray City Center District Design Review Committee. Danny and Jared will be present. Oh, it looks just like Jared tonight.
Just me at this point.
Okay, thank you.
And I have several slides. I'm kidding. I don't have any slides for this. Just
Oh,
you can go ahead and be relieved. I have no slides. This is I appreciate being able to talk to you about it real quickly, and I'll keep it short, and you can ask me any questions you might have. This is an amendment that we're proposing to Title II of the City Municipal Code. We have made changes that do this same thing in Title 17 and the zoning. That's the zoning ordinance, and that's kind of where I live. And we made changes to that a while ago, adjusting the name of the Design Review Committee to just Review Committee. So in the MCCD, for background, so you understand, usually it's just Planning Commission that reviews items in application or its staff, and some things come on to the City Council. But there are those things that happen in the downtown zone, in that MCCD zone, that have to get reviewed by a review committee, a Design Review Committee, before they go to the Planning Commission. When we made some changes to Title 17, to that zone, we renamed that committee the Review Committee. And I moved blissfully on in my life because I lived mostly in Title 17. I don't deal with the other titles. But luckily, Susan works for us, and she pointed out that I had skipped this where that committee is created in Title II. I can't remember if it was Susan or if it was Brian GL. Somebody smarter than me reminded me that we needed to change that. So we're back before you to make that change. And literally the only change to Title II is in that chapter where that committee is established to strike the word design from the two places that it's mentioned. Other than that, everything stays the same. You have any questions for us about that? It's to make it match the changes we made to Title 17 for the name of the committee.
And there's one more change, it looks like, where it's going from quarterly to annually.
That was struck, I believe, or is that still in the?
It's show that it's originally said the committee shall meet
all
at
right.
least quarterly. That's been struck, and now it says annually.
Right, and I apologize. I had intended to remove that from it after when we met about it before. That was a concern for the council. It really isn't. We're not concerned about it because we can handle things. We'll have the meetings regardless. But we're not concerned if you want to strike that from it and redo it as a part of the motion tonight. We're not concerned about it being stated to meet quarterly. It's a simple thing to cancel them. And the other meetings, we schedule a year's worth of meetings. And then if we don't need to hold them because we don't have any applications, we cancel them before the meeting happens. But on those quarterly meetings, we'll hold them anyway just to do training or to talk about whatever. And we're fine to do that. We're not bothered by that if you want to make that change. And I had intended that. I apologize. I thought that was clear. So,
And I have no problem with it at all.
Well, and otherwise, it's just a cleanup bill. It's
It is.
just cleaning up the language,
both
and
ways.
whether it states quarterly or yearly, it's if you have an application come in,
We have the meeting anyway.
you don't just say, sorry, we only have to do this once a year. We're going to
Right.
wait till January.
That's right. I think that was the concern, is that we would hold off or make people wait. We don't do that. If we
You
have an
process it
application.
as they come in.
We've had lots of years where we have 7 or 8 meetings. We just haven't had any recently, last couple of years.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I was the one that brought the concern, and the concern was just making sure that we were holding the meetings. Again, it's just the concerns from previous administration, and just making sure that that board is being active, whether we have anything in front of us, it's making sure that they're informed with what's going on, even with state code,
Sure.
what's going on with the review process, or just what they're looking for exactly.
That's a
And
great
I think what's also important to know, if we are going down the line of approving these guidelines, it is something that we should consider in keeping for that process.
That's a good point. And we don't have any issues with it as staff holding the meetings quarterly. It hasn't been a problem in the past. It just, and right now, for example, we're planning to have a meeting in March because we have a new member that was just appointed recently, a couple of weeks ago. It's all kind of a blur. And we have a member from a year and a half ago that really hasn't had any meetings to attend other than the quarterlies. And we were during COVID, so they were Zoom meetings, and he'd benefit a lot from a live meeting we can have now. So we're planning to do one in March regardless. So. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Thank you.
Yeah, I will make a motion. Someone?
Or you want me to make? Yeah, I will make a motion that we approve. Let me say, where am I?
Number 3.
Number 3. I marked that off. That's why I didn't. We consider an ordinance amending Chapter 2.68 of the Murray City Municipal Code relating to Murray City Center District Design Review Committee with the amended of keeping quarterly and not just annually. I approve. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I said approve. Approve the ordinance of Chapter 2.68 of the Murray City Municipal Code relating to Murray City Center District Design Review Committee and amending it to say quarterly versus annually.
I second.
Whoa.
Laura, will you call a roll for us today? Thank you.
Aye.
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 Aye. Thank you. Okay, we are on number 4. Consider a resolution approving the city council's appointment of representatives to boards and committees. We have council member Kat Martinez presenting.
Thank you. So we had previously voted on several of the appointments, but we left one position open for whoever was selected to serve District 5. With Councilmember Hurekasi now representing District 5, bringing this back forward, this resolution for your approval, and that is to appoint Gary Hurekasi to the CIP board to serve alongside Councilmember Cotter, and the rest remain the same. Huh? He does know that. We did talk about it. Did he look really surprised? I was reading, so I didn't see his face. He just walks out.
Surprise.
No.
Could we have someone make a motion? on that?
Yes.
Okay.
I will approve a resolution approving the city council appointment of representatives to boards, of Gary Hurekasi, Councilmember Gary Hurekasi, to the CIP board along with Councilmember Cotter.
I second it. Laura, can you call the roll, please? Thank you.
Aye.
Abstain.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you and welcome. It will be fun to be working with you. Thanks.
Looking forward to it.
It will be fun. Okay, now we are on to the mayor's reports and any questions? Mayor?
Thank you, Pam. We don't have really a lot. The only thing I will make the announcement, I'm sure most of you have heard that Jared has accepted the new position of our community and economic department. You didn't know. So anyway, yeah. Yeah, anyway, so he'll be, I believe we're trying to get that done. And Jennifer, we can be able to do that next week.
So what's the new role?
Who said that? Oh, director of the community and economic
And
department.
what is he currently? Sorry.
He's a manager?
So it's a promotion to a new position
It's a-
in a new department or
Yep.
same department?
Same department.
Okay.
And we went through, had a review committee that Diane and Kat were on with us.
Okay. Great.
And he was interviewed. And anyway, so I just thought we would welcome him and congratulate him. And he asked if he could speak. No, I'm kidding, Jared.
We would like you to speak
Oh, I'm
if
kidding.
you'd like.
Yeah.
So
And-
we'll still see you, right? In
Oh, you're going to see him. Yeah, probably more than what you do. Yeah. Anyway, so anyway, that's the. I'm trying to think. Tammy, was there anything else that we had? Okay, I think that's it.
Is his role being backfilled or is there
Yeah,
someone?
he will do that in his department.
And who's he replacing?
Melinda Greenwood that left back in December.
Okay. Sorry. I just,
Is
That's
someone-
okay, Gary.
So is someone going to take his place?
He will fill that.
He'll do
back.
both
I mean, no,
places?
he will. He's
Oh,
he's
he'll
the
fill
boss,
it.
so he'll.
Oh, you're the boss.
Yeah.
Not you.
No.
You're not.
Oh goodness, who's on first? All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Hey, with that, I'd like to thank everyone in coming out tonight, and I will close this meeting.